played the demo of Tenko's Magical Sword Quest, and I found it quite an interesting game. Unfortunately, the game failed to reach its Kickstarter goal, but the developer still wanted to pursue developing the game. One day, the developer saw my gameplay video of the game and offered me a copy of it in exchange for a review. I accepted it, and after getting the game and beating it, here are my thoughts on how the game turned out. Did I like it in the end? There is not a lot to talk about it, as you control a ninja called Tenko, dodging bullets, balls, ghosts, and spiked enemies. The objective in each level is to get a magical crystal at the end. The game plays like a precision platformer in the likes of Super Meat Boy and Celeste, so it's one of those games where mastering the run and jump mechanics without getting hit once is the core value. While doing this, you can get energy orbs which can be used to make you run faster till the gauge runs out. Although it's a hit and miss, since a lot of the times you can be fine without using it, and it is only really helpful during the last set of levels. And since these orbs do not reset when you start over, it makes it irritating to having to manually restart the level in such situations. Although the game itself has a balanced difficulty, there are certain gimmicks that are not well polished and give difficult times for wrong reasons, such as these balls that randomly bounce around instead of bouncing in fixed positions, and the ice physics being almost uncontrollable. Fortunately, players have the option to turn on Pro mode or turn it off. If turned off, checkpoints appear in the levels, but otherwise they do not appear. Other than perhaps making the speedrunning of levels more intense, there is not a lot Pro Mode offers during the gameplay, so having it turned off is the ideal way of playing the game for those who do not like losing to levels very often. There are some serious downsides here, particularly in the story side, as there are no cutscenes that play in here, making it less fulfilling even beating the game, which doesn't even have an ending picture. What's even more jarring is, for a game that is about a ninja getting a sword, there are not a lot of enemies that match the theme of the game, as a bit of samurais, dragons, or even kung fu masters of some sort could have made the game's setting more realistic. On the plus side, the graphics are good, having the sprite work pop out, although the animations are fairly basic and not very expressive. And not having a sharp UI can be jarring, especially when doing basic selections. The music is at best mediocre, as the volume is slightly lower, and the songs other than the title theme are forgettable. The last thing to mention is the lack of content. While you can get achievements in each level, the quantity of levels is too low, with only 68 in total. That might mean a lot, but the majority of the levels are short in size and are a breeze to complete. To be fair, though, the game did not reach its Kickstarter goals, which promised 100 levels and a boss fight, so it is understandable that some sacrifices had to be made. Now, with that being said, would I personally recommend this game? Maybe. If you want something that has solid game mechanics and replay value, Tenko's Magical Sword Quest won't be the first in mind, as the short levels and the unpolished game design really makes it hard for me to recommend it. However, if you like platform games in general and prefer to have an easier time, this will fit the list quite nicely. Hopefully, LV Games sees this as a positive approach and develops more games while learning what works and what doesn't work in Tenko's Magical Sword Quest. Well, that is it with this review, folks. If you like what you've seen, then please give a like, comment, and subscribe. And in the meanwhile, thank you for watching Gaming Roki. Have a good one.